What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So the election is over. So Tennessee, we saw the final results there. I'll actually show you guys the final results here. But did Democrats win or did Republicans win? Republicans actually won the seat, but did Democrats win the fight? And does this show that Democrats are gaining ground in some of these red states and red districts? So that's what I want to talk about in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, so let's take a look at a headline first, because I think this tells you everything that you need to know about how Republicans are feeling about this win last night. So this is Politico, and it says GOP frets dangerous results in Tennessee. So it says Republicans are worried the slim margin of victory in Tuesday's special election may spell doom in 2026. Okay, let's take a look at the final vote count, and this is almost final. We're at 99% reporting here, and so you have Van Epps at 53.9%, and you have Bain at 45%. So you see it's about a 9-point difference there, and then you have the independents who ran. And so we're looking at about a 9-point difference. And so what did we talk about? We talked about the fact that President Trump in 2024 won this same district by 22 points. So if Epps can only win by 9 points, okay, this is single digits, that's a problem, because what that's telling us is that Democrats are doing better in that district, because Van Epps should have won by a larger margin. He should have had a larger point margin. We should have been looking at 15% or 18% or 20%, but that's not what we saw. We saw 9%. And so is this a sign of something that we're going to be seeing in elections in 2026? I think it is. And let me show you this post from X. And this is, I believe this is a conservative here. And he is basically sounding the alarm, saying, look, Republicans, you're going to need to make some changes here. And so this is Matt Whitlock, and he says, this is one of the biggest flashing red light warning signs we've seen yet for Republicans. And then it goes on to say, if every House district in the country shifted left by the same amount, about 15 points, we would be looking at a blue wave far worse than 2018 estimated 43 seats flipped. And you guys know we do an AI model here, and it's showing us similar numbers. We're looking at about 46 seats that Democrats will be able to gain if the election were held today. But the good news is we just saw an election yesterday. And so if this keeps up, if we still see the same issues at play and people still have the same sentiment about the current administration, we're going to see this blue wave. And you have conservatives saying this now. And one other thing that we should focus on in this X post is if we start looking all over the country and we start looking at some of these different races, and we're looking at a race that, let's say it's not a 22-point swing, but we're looking at a district that could be, 5 to 7 points favoring a Republican. So it leans Republican. If we're looking at races that are that close, they could really be toss-ups right now if we see sentiment change, if we see what we saw in Tennessee happen in some of these other districts. So just to give an example, let's say you have a district in, I'll just use California, but let's say you have a district in California and Republicans lead in that district by 7 points. So it leans Republican. But because we're seeing this huge shift, now the race is neck and neck. Now a Democrat has a chance to win in that district, even though right now it's showing that it's leaning for a Republican. And so if we start seeing that all over the U.S., that's going to be a huge problem for Republicans. And if we see Democrats gain 40-plus seats, that is a wave. That's a blue wave. And if we're looking at the current makeup in Congress, all Democrats need is 3 seats. If they can win 3 seats, they're going to take back the majority. Now, if they win 40 seats, we're looking at a huge majority. And that could impact the Senate as well. So when we're looking at, we've talked a lot about the House. We don't talk that much about the Senate because right now Republicans have a pretty good, they have a pretty good opportunity to maintain control of the Senate. But if we're seeing some of the same numbers, and as I stated, like if you're looking at Ohio, we're talking about the Senate now. If you're looking at Ohio, if you're looking at Iowa, if you're looking at some of these other places, Maine, these states could flip. And they could flip because if we're looking at polls and polling's coming in and it's showing us that the race is very, very close. let's say it's a 7-point margin or a 5-point margin. That could flip if Democrats come out and vote and Republicans don't in the 2026 midterm elections. Or if everyone does come out and vote, but you just have a change. People have, independents feel a different way about the way our economy is going and the way everything is going, and they vote for the Democrat instead of voting for the Republican. They could have voted for the Republican in the past, but now they have a change of heart. And so we could see this in the Senate as well. So it's not just the House. We start to see flips. We start to see numbers changing. That could impact the Senate as well. Now in the Senate, Democrats have a big challenge. They're going to have to win a lot of states. And I've gone over that in the past. I'll do future videos where we take a look at the Senate map. But we're talking about they're going to need to win all the toss-ups. Right now there's about 4 toss-up seats. So they need to win all the toss-ups and then win 2 more seats in Republican-dominated states or red states. So this is not going to be easy for Democrats when it comes to the Senate, but they still have a possibility, and that possibility just got better after looking at the results in Tennessee. So I want to know what you guys think about all this. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.